Science section. Paper number 1. Exploring the Unum, the Building Blocks of the Multiverse. By Wes Penre. ENS, Extension Neuro Sensing, a new, advanced form of remote viewing. For thousands of years, mankind has been wondering about the universe and what is up there, or out there. Just like us, our ancient ancestors did the same thing. They looked at the sun, the moon, the stars, and the vast space, wondering what is the purpose. In fact, the ancients probably knew more about this than the average person does today, which will be obvious to the reader after finishing this series of papers. But they still didn't know exactly how the universe is constructed, how it started, except through myth, and what it would look like if we had the chance to view it from outside itself, through an avatar. The breathtaking truth is that now we can do this, thanks to Extension Neuro Sensing, or ENS, which is an advanced form of remote viewing, or RV. RV is nothing new. It has been used by the military and the government for decades. Even private persons are using it. The most well-known people in this field were members of the Church of Scientology, such as Ingo Swann, Harold Puthoff, and Ed Dames, who most likely was a Scientologist as well. I was myself a member of the church in the late 1980s, so I am a witness to that RV was used within Scientology with various success. Although it wasn't officially called remote viewing, it was called exteriorization. The military took the technology used in the church and brought it to yet another level. However, aside from all that research, Life Physics Group in California, or LPGC, independently and without claiming any connection with any military, religion, or government bodies, has given a whole new meaning to RV. From have been practicing this new science, they have mapped the universe in a way that has never been done before, down to the lowest subquantum levels, through the dimensions, and are now even aware of what exists outside the four-dimensional space/time. I find this extremely fascinating, because previously, some of this information has only been available through metaphysical entities, channeled by, or otherwise connected with, human instruments/vehicles/bodies. Now, pioneers in modern science have discovered the same thing and expanded upon it to give us a more holistic picture of the multiverse and its different levels of manifestation, or Unum. In the first paragraph, I am using the term outside for simplicity, although there is no inside or outside. In fact, the scientists at LPGC have scientifically managed to prove that everything in the multiverse, which is an infinite number of serial and parallel realities, originating in thoughts, is connected, and thus we can be, and are, in different places at the same time, while still staying put in what we perceive as our current bodies, our home station, if you will. Basically, we are living different lives, independent of each other, simultaneously, in different time periods, on Earth, and even on other, different planets. Their research has also shown that we are capable of making a replica of our RNA/DNA setup and teleport it to another place in time while at the same time remaining where we started, e.g. in our home. This, as I will show later, will be extremely helpful in the not-so-far future when we start traveling over the universe. Sounds like science fiction?
It sure does. But not only has LPGC known about this for years, but just recently, on January 31st, 2011, TechWorld posted an article about Nobel Prize nominee, Dr. Luc Montagnier, who says that he and his team of scientists have discovered how to successfully teleport DNA from one place to another.
Not only data transport, but also made a replica of itself, so that the same DNA mock-up existed simultaneously in two places. This is a major breakthrough for human science, and the discovery also verifies what I have been told, that many alien races use this technique to travel through space and time, something we will discuss in a later paper. We live in extraordinary times. So much is happening so quickly. Not only have we advanced technologically, but also on personal, spiritual levels. We are quickly becoming more aware as human beings. Science and spirit are beginning to merge for the first time in eons. In the minds of men, they have been two separate things. But now, more and more people start to realize that everything is connected in a subquantum, subatomic level. I am you, you are me, Earth is us, and so is the entire universe. We are all one. Not until science acknowledges the spirit, and the two are integrated to the extent that it becomes common knowledge, can we really take a quantum leap into the future. This sounds like an impossible goal, but it is achievable. In a nutshell, ENS works as follows. Without going into the complex scientific jargons around it, a human being, applying this technique, lies relaxed in a resonance-inducing sarcophagus, while his vital energy thresholds are monitored. A photonic body, an avatar, is induced, and through advanced technology and the person's own mental abilities, he is capable of neurologically extending himself wherever he wants, nearby, to the edge of the physical universe, or even beyond. Hence, the physics group has been able to open the doors of perception to explore nature and the universe in a manner that has never been possible before, or even been perceived as a possibility. By expanding on the research of scientists such as Albert Einstein and David Bohm, they have been able to accomplish getting astonishing results from this technique. It has not been an easy task to get to the point where they have been able to decode and decipher their ENS experiences into a comprehensible and emergent picture. Now they have managed to do just that, and it has turned into something they call the working model. For them, it has been a roller coaster ride of failure and success, lots of hard work, but for us, now presented with the working model, it is like an exciting journey through the multiverse, or the Unum, as they call it. When I was introduced to it, it certainly blew my mind, and I am confident it will yours too. I wouldn't have been too thrilled if this technique was merely dependent upon technology and machines to work, because a machine is designed to do a certain task, and that's what it does. It doesn't do anything outside of what it is designed to do, is thus limited in its application, and can even be misleading. However, in this case, technology is only used to get the process started. It's the human being who does the job. It's nothing less but fascinating, as we shall see. First comment that comes to mind regarding ENS is that if a human being extends him/herself and starts experiencing things, it's a very subjective experience, and not necessarily reliable. Because like Dr. Borden of LPGC said, much of what they see or perceive on their journey in the multiverse is hard to decode with the human mind. We are not yet set up to do that. This is why they have more than one neurosensor. When all neurosensors have gone on the same expedition, they write down their experiences without telling the others, and then they compare notes afterwards. Apparently, most of the time their experiences match quite well, and sometimes they don't. But this is how their research moves forward, and eventually they can build some structure to it. I would imagine they must be aware of the following, but still, after have used different people to explore, it's not 100% reliable, even if they all decode things similarly. They decode it as the human mind would decode something it doesn't totally comprehend, and that could be similar for all of the human species, and still not be accurate. Also, after a while, the neurosensors start knowing each other and each other's interpretations, and this too colors the result, especially as the science group itself consists of a small clique of members. In spite of this, and again, I can hardly even call myself a layman in the field, I believe that at least the majority of the working model is working. Dr. Borden has also told me that this model has been confirmed by some alien species, while others have shown interest in learning more from us. Dr. Borden is excited about that, because it shows, as he says, that we humans actually have something to contribute with to the cosmic community, and not just the other way around. If so, I agree, and we should be excited, albeit we have more we contribute with to the cosmic society than even LPGC is aware of, as we shall see much later on, in another paper. It's called The Living Library. Also, it's my understanding that ENS and some of the principles of the working model were presented by ETs. As I said in the introduction to the science papers, science and religion need to merge. LPGC is very aware of this, and that is exactly what they are doing with the working model. This is science which is not only including the existence of a higher consciousness into the equation, but is basing it upon its existence. This is the reason I got so interested in their work, initially, but once I had dug into their material, I found that there was so much more to it, and I still have so much to learn about it, even on a layman's level. I wouldn't even bother to write this paper if LPGC didn't include God, or Source, or all that is, or the Prime Creator, many names for the same thing, in their equations. For the first time in eons, a group of alternative, brilliant scientists have been willing to look at science as a combination of matter and spirit, realizing that they are one and the same. It should be mentioned as well that there are a few more alternative science groups out there who are doing a good job decoding reality, but I have decided to focus on our Californian group this time. Just recently, rogue scientist Stephen J. Smith was most likely murdered due to what he was involved in. He was sporadically in contact with me close to his death up to a few years back from that, and he knew he was in danger. He actually told me that. So not everybody in high places, being it in the mainstream science community or the government, is thrilled over the new paradigms these alternative scientists come up with. The Unum or multiverse is ever-changing, in a fluid multiverse, where everything is in motion and nothing forever remains solid. What is true today may not be true tomorrow. In our next video, we will continue with the first level of learning. There will be series of videos for the first level of learning alone, so be sure to subscribe for you not to miss a part of it. Thanks for watching.
With